What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video, and today, it is time that we finally discuss 2024. I know, 1 week after the election, we're already discussing the 2024 elections, but we got some major news out of the great state of West Virginia. Congressman Alex Mooney will be challenging Joe Manchin for the Senate seat in 24. This is our first real announcement for 2024 before tonight, because we all know Trump's probably going to announce his candidacy tonight. And I wanted to discuss 2024, what our targets should be for the Senate races, the presidential level, and who we should run, etc. Now, for the presidential one, I'm staying out of it. I'm not discussing who I want for 2024 or anything. I'll vote for the Republican no matter who, but I gotta say, my preferred candidate is more than likely not gonna run, alright? My number one candidate that I want to run, I don't think is gonna run. I doubt it. It's like a 1 in a million chance that he does. If he does, well, I will be happy, but I will support the Republican either way. Look, the whole argument between Trump and DeSantis, complete waste of time. We'll discuss it when we get closer to the primaries, who I would personally lean towards, because you can make the argument for both ways, but some of these just arguments, disputes, debates, whatever, about Trump and DeSantis, waste of time. But I wanted to focus on what states we should target, who we should run in 2024. So let's get into it. So like I said, Joe Manchin has his first challenger for his, more than likely, his last term. I doubt he's going to win 2024. I know this election did not go so well, but here's the thing about Joe Manchin. He was always running as a moderate Democrat, and he still is. But some of his votes, I don't think are going to be helpful to him. I mean, voting for impeachment twice, I think, kind of set him in a Trump plus 30 state. It's not a smart move what he did with impeachment. Now, there is still a mathematical way how Manchin could pull it off. The best way is simple. He becomes an independent, caucuses with Republicans, pray that Democrats elect some Bernie bro, that's what they usually do, in West Virginia, split the vote, and he gets in because of that. That's about the only way Manchin could theoretically hold on, is if some weird scenario he runs as an independent, caucuses with the Republican Party, and then you get in because of that. That's about the only way I could see Manchin holding on, but I doubt it. If he does caucus the Republican Party as an independent, which is very slim, he does have a shot in that scenario, but that's a whole different ballgame. So Alex Mooney is a good candidate. I think he is a very solid candidate. There is a couple others that could be better. Somebody like Riley Moore. He is the statewide treasurer of West Virginia, but look, something we've learned in 2022, if there's one good candidate running, don't support 15 different candidates in the primary, divide the party so much, especially with the primary only like 2 months away and freaking before the general. Don't do this crap of burning millions upon millions upon millions in the primary while Joe Manchin's sitting on his chair just fundraising for the general, and he's way ahead of everybody. We cannot have a divided primary in any of these races. That's what hurt us in Pennsylvania, what hurt us in a state like Wisconsin for the governorship, what hurt us in a state like Arizona, Nevada to an extent, New Hampshire definitely did, Ohio. It hurt us in a lot of these states, and we need to unite behind one good candidate. And these people that are supporting like 15% on the polls, these candidates like Matt Dolan, who gets like 15% of the vote, just stop. We know Vance is going to be the nominee. Why are you wanting them to spend $15 million in attacking Vance a week before the election when everybody and their mother knew Vance was going to win? It's a complete joke, and we need to stop this crap of dividing the party in the primary, which takes months for the nominee to recover, because, quite frankly, some of those primaries are very nasty. New Hampshire, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Arizona. I mean, seriously, this clown in Arizona called Blake Masters essentially a Jew-hating, guy. That's what he called him. I'm not going to say the word. It starts with an N-A-Z-I, but you get the point. It's why we cannot do this. And for my target map, we got to play it smart. All right, we got to play it smart for the Senate races. What we got to target. We cannot target 50 different races and expect to win 50. Focus on the main 4 or 5. Reasonably fund each one. Because look at this map. There's really no states we got to defend. Maybe Texas? Maybe Florida? I doubt Florida. Not Florida. Maybe Texas. That's the only state we would have to maybe defend. Don't you dare put a freaking dime in Indiana or Missouri. I swear, if we do, there's going to be an uproar. But either way. So, what are the main targets? For defensive reasons, Texas is a target. For defensive reasons, Ted Cruz, I don't know if he's going to run yet. It's weird. He may run, he may not, who knows. But that's the only state for defensive purposes put money into for the Senate race. That's it. As for some of the targets on the offensive, I think Montana and West Virginia are the top 2 targets. These should be the easiest to win. West Virginia, you got Joe Manchin. The only way he survives if he becomes an independent and like a third party split happens and he somehow wins. That's the only way. Montana, I swear, if you elect Ryan Zinke, or whatever the clown's name is, we're losing against Tester. Do not allow that son of a gun to be the nominee against Tester. He barely won against a no-name Democrat. What do you think's going to happen when you go against John Tester? It will be a disaster. Now, I really don't know who is going to be the Republican nominee in Montana. I think Rosendale may run. I think he's actually filed to run for re-election. But anybody but Zinke, just please. I don't want that corrupt scumbag to potentially tank our chances in Montana. We saw what happened in 22 when you elect some, quite frankly, some bad candidates, but that's a different subject. So anybody but Ryan Zinke should win in Montana. And there are a couple other ones. Ohio. People are, I understand this past election, Republicans underperformed. But here's the case. Sherrod Brown has won on fluke upon fluke. 2018, blue wave. 2012, ran against Mandel with Obama on the ballot. You just start doing some math. And whoever the Republican ticket's going to be for the presidential race, I don't know, it's going to be Trump, DeSantis, somebody else, who knows. But if it's anybody but, somebody like Mitt Romney, right? Republicans are going to win Ohio by quite a bit. And Brown is not going to have this, base of voters just going to vote, Trump or DeSantis by 15 points, but vote for him by 5. And I think this should be an easy flip. This is a race where you got to run just a decent candidate. Don't you dare run Matt Dolan. I've heard he's trying to get into this race. Just let him go to the Congressional District 1 and be done with it. Do not allow somebody like Matt Dolan to run because he would lose that race. Hopefully somebody like Josh Mandel just stays away. So who would run for the Senate seat? Warren Davidson preferably, but it doesn't look like he's going to run, which sucks. So we got to look at Ohio, who to recruit, get somebody decent, just anybody but Matt Dolan. Now, we got Nevada. And the reason that I'm saying Nevada is simple. Rosen is a weaker candidate than Cortez. It's just a fact. And Republicans have some decent candidates. I personally think, I know a lot of people are going to bash me for this, Laxalt should run again. He nearly defeated a stronger candidate with basically no funding. And quite frankly, some suspicious things happened in the state of Nevada. I'm not saying the F word, but I'm just saying that not some good things happened. And Rosen is a fairly weak candidate compared to Cortez. With Nevada trending Republican, I think this should be an easier flip for Republicans. Now, there are 2 more targets that I think Republicans should mostly focus on. I think Arizona, If Sinema's the nominee, I don't think I have this weird suspicion she's may lose her primary. But if she's the main nominee, it's not going to be pretty. Though turnout with Democrats may be low, I would still focus on Arizona. And the last state I would really focus on is the state of Wisconsin. No explanations here. Yes, we underperformed big time in the governor's race, but there's other reasons why that happened. And Tammy Baldwin, she's one of the most overrated, overhyped candidates in the country. She's won because of Obama in a blue wave. That's why she's won. This idea that she's some electoral juggernaut is nonsense. And there is a shot she may not run. I think she will. I think she's already actually filed. But that doesn't mean anything. Plus, with Republicans, they still got a decent bench. Tom Tiffany, Mike Gallagher, etc. They're good candidates Republicans still have. The governorship didn't go as planned. Ron Johnson still won. So I think Wisconsin is the last main target. So these are the main 7 Republicans should focus on. The only one for defensive purposes is Texas. Though if we get a good candidate, we may not have to worry about Texas. But don't you dare put money into Missouri or Indiana. Now, the presidential map. We got to make some significant changes with how we strategize this map. Look, I am, of course, a big believer of Pennsylvania and Michigan trending Republican, but I'm being very skeptical. I don't know if this is the doomer in me saying don't focus on it. I'm saying we got to focus on these states more. These are the big 4 we need to focus on with everything we got. Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, and Wisconsin. Everything in the kitchen sink, focus on these races. The problem with Pennsylvania, unless Republicans change their ways, is how they conduct elections. I'm not alleging anything. What they do is legal, technically. And the same thing in Michigan. If Republicans start playing the same game as they do in Pennsylvania and Michigan, you can add it to the target list. But only if you actually start doing the same stuff they do. Because these 4 are kind of the main 4 we have to focus on that have a serious shot at going Republican. Because Pennsylvania maybe, but we just gotta see. So these are the main targets, I would say. And Nevada, even if you take on Nevada, because, again, same argument can be applied from Pennsylvania and Michigan. You're like, oh, Nevada does games. Fine. These are the main 3. But I would include Nevada. It is still trending Republican. And we came very close, even with everything that happened. Same thing in Arizona. Pennsylvania and Michigan, though, you just got to do what they do. That's the only way I would put in the target list. But yeah, these folks are the 4 main targets in 2024 for the presidential races. And these are the main 7 for the Senate. Because these are the 7, I mean, look at 3 of them, or 4 of them. They're easy targets. Texas is just a defensive, we may not even need target. The other 3, West Virginia, Ohio, Montana, especially in a presidential year, should be easy victories. Knowing the Republican Party, we may lose all 6 of these, but I think we're going to start seeing some better candidates, better ran operations, hopefully. But yeah, anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and join the channel today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.